Today, thousands of workers all across our state are protesting and demanding better working conditions.
And Latoya, this includes teachers, hotel workers, but dock workers just suspended their strike. So we have team coverage this morning. We're going to start with NBC 10's Alicia Palumbo, who's live in Beverly with more on the action being taken by some teachers today. Alicia.
Well, good morning, Raul. Educators in 4 North Shore school districts, including right here in Beverly, voted to enter into work-to-rule status this week. The teachers' unions in Beverly, Gloucester, and Revere begin today, while Marblehead started Wednesday. So what does this mean? Educators in those 4 districts will not be performing work duties outside of contractual responsibilities. Things like staying late for extra help for students, for example. Why are they doing this? Well, their contracts have been expired for a month or longer at this point, with negotiations stalled since February. And this action is a protest to demonstrate how much educators go above and beyond, routinely doing more for students and their schools than what is contractually required of them. The unions say they're fighting for smaller class sizes, paid parental leave, longer lunch and recess times for the youngest learners, and a living wage for all staff. They say they hope this work-to-rule action raises public awareness of what they call a crisis in public schools. Now, as part of this action, teachers will actually be standing out. They won't be going into their classrooms as early as they normally do. They'll be doing actions out here outside of the school ahead of the school day to protest. We're live in Beverly. Alicia Palumbo, NBC 10 Boston.
Alicia, thank you. Now we go to hotel workers planning to walk today if their demands are not met.
And NBC 10's Minash Gwangari has the latest on that looming strike. He's live in Boston. Minash.
It's being called an all-out strike. Unite Here Local 26 says they don't want it to happen, but after months of failed negotiation, they're drawing their line in the sand and threatening to walk off the job indefinitely. And they've already went on strike 3 times just last month, each strike lasting for 3 days, with workers from 12 Boston hotels on the picket lines demanding a new contract after theirs expired late August with, quote, reasonable workloads, fair schedules, and a substantial bump in pay. It's part of a nationwide wave of labor strikes in more than a dozen states, including Hawaii. But in this particular case, the workers have been at the negotiation table since April. But the president of the union tells me money continues to be the point of contention. Each and every time we have reached out to the hotels, they say they are committed to bargaining in good faith. Well, the workers are giving those hotel owners until the end of the day today to reach an agreement. We, of course, will be keeping you updated on that progress. But for right now, we're live here in Boston. Minash Gwangari, NBC 10 Boston.
And after several days of striking, thousands of dock workers are headed back to work this morning.
Well, folks were happy about that. The union has agreed to suspend their strike until next year. NBC 10's Jeff Saperstone in our newsroom. Explain what's going on with this, Jeff.
Look, guys, this is huge news. It's a big deal since this strike was going to have an impact on so many things you buy in the store. Well, this morning, that work stoppage is over for now. Thousands of dock workers in Boston, all the way up and down the East Coast, will return to work today. The union reached a tentative agreement on wages. It could bump pay 62%. The strike began midnight on Monday, shutting down ports. So now this ends fears of that supply chain issue, which is good news for consumers at the moment. The current labor deal has now been extended until January 15th, so both sides can continue to negotiate. President Biden calls this critical progress towards a strong contract. Live in the newsroom, Jeff Saperstone, NBC 10 Boston.